Brosplay. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Merkel Phoenix.
We're guessing where we're going.
That's the new drug.
Merkel Phoenix?
Merkel Phoenix.
It is a new drug. Apparently, it's highly lethal.
May cause, but is not limited to, chainsawing you in the face.
May also cause severe lacerations to the chest cavity.
As well as giant boot stomps.
Blunt force trauma and crushing of the head.
Blunt force trauma to the burn.
I saw some
roasted.
statistics on concussions.
I hate statistics.
No, you don't.
Don't bring statistics,
You love statistics.
into my home.
Statistics.
I bring you into this home. I let our parents have a second child, and that's what you bring.
I bring you statistics. Statistics on concussions. And I was surprised that very few concussions come from illegal acts. Like, half of all concussions are from car accidents. And then another massive fraction of them come from, like, just unintentional blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
But, like, you'd expect a bunch of people to get concussions from bar fights and stuff. But apparently, like, it's not a significant number of people.
That's crazy. I always expected it to be like really obvious stuff.
I guess a lot of it is things like, you had a concussion from a skiing accident.
I did.
A lot of people like, bike rider, skateboarder, rollerblader, those types of things, I'm sure get a lot of concussions.
What the fuck just happened?
Hockey player.
Belly of the beast.
Is this the factory beast?
The beast is an analogy. It's an allegory for humanity.
Did we talk about the difference between an analogy and an allegory in one episode?
No.
No, I feel like we did.
Pretty sure I actually used the word allegory, and you were like, allegory.
Maybe.
In the second game, they let you skip this nonsense.
Which
is why I'm trying to fucking beeline it through this so we can get to the second game.
Yeah, the walking slowly with your finger. Like, why can't we just talk to her? Why do we have to have our fingers to our ears?
If you're going to do this, at least make the distance I have to travel equivalent to the amount of time I have to wait. Instead of, like, fucking standing here.
Well, yeah, they're expecting you to, like, explore, but if you know where you're going, or you see the big green pad.
I don't give a fuck.
Look at me, I don't give a
good.
fuck.
I'm glad that didn't do anything. Hi, Dom.
Oh, they're coming now.
Oh, no. A tiny thing
Little
broke.
bit of gas. Small amount of gas. Everybody get back.
Oh, that was just a secret.
A secret.
That's a secret. That's a secret.
Here they come.
For Phoenix.
Can you push that door in?
Now I'll push the button. Now I'll push the button. Sorry
Chainsaw
if you're
time.
watching Unravel in this game. Because we did that thing in that game too.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that? Unravel and this game have a lot in common.
It's so funny to me when I see two things connect, two completely unrelated things connected.
Like side by side?
Yeah, like two different people just make jokes at the same time.
Yeah, like this fuzzy little yarn ball. And then this. I love how they're trying to make all this stuff seem horrifying, but like...
Use the game to dictate the
horror.
The horror, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just fucking dumb.
I mean, this room... Imagine if we just walked into this room. We'd be way more terrified than that whole little thing they put on for us. Look at that guy. He got mangled. This almost reminds me of that scene from Naked Gun.
He's getting copied.
Yeah, he's been bloody
He
messed.
doesn't even have a whole head.
Yeah, I think the other piece is right there next to him.
That's old John Halfhead.
But yeah, doesn't this remind you of that scene from Naked
does.
Gun where all the people are all over the wall in the elevator, just dying everywhere?
Yeah. Well, they're chalk outlines.
Yes.
It's a chalk outline!
Up on the wall.
You remember that? Shine
Yeah.
Down, I think?
Is it
Oh,
Shine
no.
Down?
No, it's not Shine Down.
Is it Godsmack?
Might be. It was one of those,
No.
it was like, how do I say this?
All that's left to find. I think it's like 3 Days Grace. Or
Oh,
something
it's
like
3
that.
Days
It's one of those
Grace,
three
yeah.
bands. Sorry.
One of those
bands
bands that's just like, formula? Yes, please.
You want to pour on another helping of formula? With a little bit of cayenne spice?
I'm ready to go.
Well then, stop shooting at us, bitch.
Control room. Where is it? Well, you have to get down to the factory floor through that door, but it's locked.
No, a locked door? In
You
a
can't skip any of
video
this,
game? Don't oh. I don't know if I skipped that or not.
I don't think you did.
That just perfectly lined up. I wanna skip this, cause I'm playing other games, and they don't make me do this at all, and now I'm singing Christmas songs.
It's just irritating for us because it's hard to talk while they're talking.
Well,
a little distracting.
It's hard to play while they're talking.
Well, you can't play.
Exactly.
It doesn't even allow you.
I was being kind, but hey, if you wanna fucking
Wait, that guy came over here and it just helped us open the door?
Yeah, I guess he was the one. He was like, look, I know this looks like a button push, but it's a lot more complicated.
But why did he even say it was locked if he knew how to get through it?
Gid riddance. Gid readings. That's a gid riddance.
Gid riddance to fate.
Gid riddance, motherfucker. You going down. Hey.
Ooh, Cole and Bear back.
What is this? Windows 75?
Jesus, not even, man.
Did you know that Gabe Newell, so Gabe Newell works for, sorry, he is the head of Valve, I believe. They make Half-Life and Portal.
And Steam.
And so there's this big old joke where there's never 3. It's Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2.
Half-Life 2, Chapter 2.
Episode 1, Episode 2, Portal 1, Portal 2. They never go into 3s. Well, it turns out Gabe Newell worked on a version of a Windows operating system a long time ago, and he worked on version 0.1, and 0.2, and 2.2, and then he left before any 3s.
Weird.
And that's potentially where it started, or just a coincidence.
So it's not like something bad happened.
No, it's not like he didn't have, I don't know. I mean, maybe he did have, like, I don't know, some bad shit happened to him when he was a kid, and it only happened in 3s, and he's like, never again.
To me, it just seems like if you're doing something that you're very aware is a full additional installment, don't just call it. What?
Yeah, sure.
Was that a boomer?
I got boomed.
Probably. I mean, nothing else rips
Fucking
you to
go for
pieces
it.
like that.
I mean,
But yeah, if you're gonna make
oh, this is a good start to spot.
start to spot this, start to spot.
I'm so glad we get to listen to this again. I was absolutely riveted by
Always put this shit before checkpoints.
by Delta 2's. Yeah, exactly. I mean, what happens? Of course, they had to put this ahead. What happens if I lose during this moment?
And I might need to know this information to beat the boomer.
Yeah, I might need to watch Baird and Laird down here.
Yeah.
I just saw Cliff Blazinski at a game award thing. He has now changed his opinion on PC games. At one point, he said that PC. It's okay. So this is the first game. This actually came out on PC after its release on 360, and then no Gears game ever came out on PC ever again. And he stated that it was because the person who is savvy enough to upgrade their system with the latest hardware is savvy enough to illegally download video games and would never buy them. It's like, oh, so you've never heard of the PC market?
Yeah.
That's neat. Yeah, and
That's
and
really
then,
weird. I
and,
remember
like,
him saying that. Like, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, that's weird because I didn't remember that. But
No?
in 2016 or 2015, he's like, "Yeah, I'm working on this game for the PC. PC's great. I know in the past I've said it wrong." He's like, "Get over it, people. I made a mistake." But the way he says it just sounds like he's so sensitive about it.
Well, I can totally understand that. People probably rag on him pretty hard for it. But people don't really give you much room to... Is that guy getting mucked right now?
No,
Yeah.
no, it's another dude. Oh,
No, he just got
oh, that's right.
ragdolled.
He falls through the wall.
Oh, God.
These are lambent wretches.
Watch your step, as if there's something you could do to figure out which planks are sturdy and which ones aren't.
These ones. These ones are broken.
Oh, well, that's so obvious. How did that first guy fall through?
Because he's a fucking.
Let's just try the rickety
He also takes
planks.
pot shots at fucking.
Apparently, you do not.
Oh, that's right. I
know-
can survive this. Oh, sorry.
You thought you died immediately?
I thought they just mowed me like piranhas.
Me too. I don't know how you get out of the hole if
Ready
you
to
do
get
fall down.
mowed like piranhas. You know what I noticed watching? Oh, hey, we get to watch it now. It looks like he died before he fell.
Wow.
You're not supposed to be looking down, right? You're supposed to be like walking along with him. So they're not expecting you to be watching that whole
Yeah,
thing.
that weird transition.
So what you're supposed to do is walk slowly, and then when things start correctly crackling,
Whoa.
then you back up. Yeah.
So we're supposed to be listening. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense that it's not just visual.
Yes.
But that actually reminded me of Dark Messiah. That's gonna... Oh, man. It's tough. In Dark Messiah, we kick a guy down a staircase.
The fuck?
And the sound he makes... Dude, it must have just been bad luck. You probably went too fast.
I can't go any faster.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's just it's yes or no. There's no variation here.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't even try to aim. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the guy we kicked down the stairs in Dark Messiah just makes this noise. He just starts going, "Wah!" as he falls down. And I was at work, like, listening to this, so I'm actually laughing out loud in my cubicle.
Oh my god!
Because it was just so obscene.
It's one of my favorite moments.
It's
we
such
had.
a great soundbite.
And the thing is, like, I'm always concerned that we are not that like both of us or me usually because I've focused. I'm much harder on myself, but I'm always concerned that I will not convey just how funny I find a moment, and that the moment itself won't be understood through the gameplay. And I always forget, like, the gameplay is what is making me laugh, so it's probably gonna make people laugh at the same time. I'm always forgetting, like, the impact of the...
Especially the audio and
Audience.
video, because people actually see and hear it the same way you do.
Exactly.
Like, the gameplay, maybe not.
Like,
Yeah.
I cannot watch a Sonic game without fucking just losing my shit. It's hilarious.
Because it's just so bad.
It's like the bad is like generic to the point where it's boring. Sonic games are bad to the point where they're exciting and fun because it's like, what bullshit are you gonna spoon feed me next?
Yeah, that's a weird one. That's like a B movie, but for games. Just go around the back. Go around the back. That's why that cog symbol's there, I'm guessing.
Nah, I think that symbolizes a secret.
God damn. A secret?
It's a secret. Fuck off, Dom.
If you get in my way, so help me God. Now what? Really? Really? Wow, you could probably go across. Different every time. Nope.
Whoa, it's like a Telltale game. My decisions have consequences.
This is the Telltale game.
Oh, and these boards are Telltale
Tick,
with their
tick,
audio.
tick.
That's the sound of your life.
This better
running
not
out.
fall. We're fucked if this falls. No, that was just a decoy. Yeah, it was a decoy.
Did you hear my Dexter reference?
No, you made a Dexter reference?
Yeah.
I thought you said, who you gonna call?
No, you said tick, 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 and I said that's the sound of your life running out.
Oh.
It's probably one of the best villains. And what I like about him is that, like, oh, I probably shouldn't say.
But no, that
'Cause that would be like-
that is one of the best villains. I totally forgot about that. Tick, tick, tick. That's the sound of your life. What?
Running out.
Jesus, that is terrifying.
Well, it's like, what's terrifying is that he uses it against his victims, but
also for-
it's also his slogan that he tells his fans.
Yeah. That's a
Like, it's-
weird dichotomy.
I love that. I love that. Like the way he puts it on Front Street.
The characters who you hate more because of how dual-natured they are. Like, you can almost forgive the Joker because you can tell something's wrong with him.
I would not forgive the Joker.
No, but you have to understand the Joker is like, it's like a stray dog that bites or that like attacks a kid because it doesn't know any better,
Right?
right?
He's like a dog chasing after a car.
Yeah, but
I knew it.
the worst is someone like Fisk, who is like very aware of the damage he's doing in the world.
Well, what's crazy about Fisk is that he thinks he's doing right.
That's
He believes that all the violence he commits is to stop future violence.
most of the evil, not most, a lot of the evil in the world has been done because they thought it was the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a crazy trick of the brain. And, you know, people assume that you can't get caught in that trap. You know, it's like, oh, well, people are smarter than that now. No, we're not.
No,
We're never going to be smarter
it's the
than
fact
that.
that we think that we're that smart is the problem. actually.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
why we're not that smart.
The only things you need to succeed are ignorance and confidence. Winston Churchill.
Fake it until you rake it, brother.
Yeah, and if you never rake it, well then go home and, you know, have a
Yeah.
beer, sleep.
Get a hoe.
Stop trying to rake when you can hoe. Ha!
You know, there's nothing sadder than seeing a rake that's actually a hoe.
Yo, man, I may be a rake, but you's a hoe.
That was a really great line from Walking Dead. You know, there's nothing sadder than seeing an outdoor cat who thinks he's an indoor cat.
That's referring to who?
Daryl.
Oh, okay. Daryl is not.
It's when
in it.
Daryl gets separated from the group and he meets up with this unruly group of gentlemen. And essentially what that means is you are a nice guy, but you have not unbelievable, but you have tremendous skill and would do so much better in this new world if you chose to act like an outdoor cat.
Right, I do remember that. He takes up with some bikers that he sort of
They weren't
seems to
bikers,
belong with.
They were just dudes.
Or I guess they weren't bikers. They just
One of
dressed
them had
like
a bandana.
bikers. That's why they're dressed in leather and bandanas and shit.
And it's one of my favorite actors who is almost always in secondary roles. I don't think I've ever seen him in a primary role.
That's a good point. The guy who plays the leader of the
Yeah, and he's also in
ragtag crew.
He's also in Sons.
Sons. Yes.
He like plays like a politician or something.
Yeah, I don't actually remember who he plays. He doesn't play Otto.
Ow. No, Otto is played by Kurt Sutter,
Really?
who's also the creator
Oh,
and sometimes director. I don't know.
maybe part of me knew that.
He's an odd duck. He has a YouTube channel. I highly recommend it
Really?
because it will completely break your illusions.
Oh, about him?
Yeah.
I don't think I have any illusions.
I mean, it's
so-
like, you know when you go back to any YouTuber and you're like, wow, that was them back then? Well, that was Kurt Sutter while he was making Sons.
weird.
Yeah, like, it's just, like, really awkward and funny.
Oh,
Like,
as long
I
as it's
totally
funny.
get it. Like, you make a certain amount of content in your life and eventually you just stop giving a fuck. Like, you're just like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. People can take anything I say or do out of context. Why take down an awkward-ass video? And he's like, hey, not sure what I'm going to do with this channel.
Well, that just shows he's not thinking about it. That's
No,
like,
like, he's just staring into the camera. And then it's just, like, silence. And I'm like, why is this in the video?
maybe it's supposed to be for dramatic effect, but it kind of just sounds like he's not planning it.
Yeah.
Kind of just
Well,
sounds
it's
like
funny
he's
because
just...
he's a guy whose entire life is based around planning content.
Maybe that's it for him. He's like, I just need to make some content that I don't put any work into for
That's
once.
the reason why the show works so well, because I'm lazy. I'm so lazy. The video I'm working on right now, I started recording and playing the game for it 6 months ago.
Yeah, that's actually...
And it's the closest I've ever been to completing a video. And I've started like 3 or 4 over the years.
It's a big playthrough, yeah. That's
yeah.
a big undertaking.
Yeah, that's a huge undertaking. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Find the control room. Regroup.
Is there a berserker at the end of that hallway?
There's a berserker at the end of every hallway.
I don't know about that.
Oh, it's Jack. Oh, he's opening the door.
Oh, because you couldn't kick her open.
Thanks,
I
Jack.
see.
Thanks,
I
Jack.
see. Yeah, that's
Oh,
why sometimes
it's
I like the way we do our ad discussions,
Mm-hmm.
where, you know, I go and I like research something essentially. I mean, if you can call it research, because like those are the episodes where I'm actually contributing. Because in these
Oh, is
ones
that how you look
I
at
just
it?
come over and we record.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, you're the one that has to do all the selection and all like the, you know, actual production of the video itself.
That's really interesting that you look at that because I consider you to be the greater contributor to this show.
Really?
Yeah, because I look back on old episodes. Like, you go back to the original Shovel Knight playthrough, and you're doing well. Like, you're really fucking good, and you're like newer to the idea than me, and I'm still doing that thing where I'm like trying to present the game in a specific way, and I'm like passing off things you say to get to what I think is important to the audience.
I think I'm just real aware.
This is another tiny piece of steam.
Yeah, I love all these little. It's like, oh, watch out! The factory's falling apart.
It's just like, hey,
You might get scolded.
we're
Oh no, the steam!
a reminder from when the devs were scolded by their parents.
It reminds me of an episode of Seinfeld where Kramer's like, "Don't go to the bagel place. Like I sabotaged it," and she goes in anyways, and some like cap breaks off, and it's just like a bunch of steam starts flying out. And the guy's like, oh, crap, like the cap broke. He says, can we still make bagels? He's like, yeah, it'll just be steamy. Such effective sabotage.
That show was so fucking good.
Oh, dude, we gotta change the track. Oh, okay, we're not controlling it.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that show, apparently the reason they ran it for 9 years is there's some other show Jerry Seinfeld used to watch that ran for 9 years.
Oh.
He was offered something crazy like a $10 million development deal for another season, and he turned it down.
Of course he did. You think $10 million is something to Jerry Seinfeld?
Or was it 110?
Oh, okay, maybe
But-
that's a little more. But like he makes that in 3 years just from syndicated versions of.
And they play Seinfeld reruns all the time.
I don't know if that's the exact number. The last time I heard, he made like $30 million a year just from reruns.
Well, that would be amazing, and I'd believe it because I've actually seen every single episode of Seinfeld purely through reruns.
Well, then there's also There's on Netflix now. I'm sure it's not the only.
What?
Isn't it not?
No, I don't
No?
think that's on Netflix. That'd be sweet if it was.
Hmm.
I've been I watched Friends with the girlfriend, and I'm thinking of showing her Seinfeld.
With the old lady,
Yeah, with the wife.
wifey,
I had a buddy in university. That's what, like, in Montreal, that's what they call their girlfriends.
the old ball and chain.
Like, no, they call them, like, he'd be like,
I
yeah,
love
with the
that.
wife.
I love that's very interesting. But speaking of me passing off things you say, I just made that moment awkward, didn't I?
You gotta move on to your own thing, dude. You can interrupt me, but you gotta have something to say.
Oh, I see. Okay, I like that. That's a good way to look at it.
So you gotta say something.
What was it saying though? Oh, just that mentality that like, oh, I'm with this girl, but she's awful. She's my ball and chain. Like, holy shit. Life must
Yeah,
be
ball and chain's an intense term.
life must be difficult when your significant other, whom you choose to be with, is similar to prison techniques.
I'm guessing it's almost like, no, maybe that's not a good analogy, because a ball and chain really is just a weight. It doesn't do anything for you, it just weighs you down. But,
Yeah. Wait, it helps. No, it stops you from escaping. Woo! Oh, we're going fast.
Ooh,
Speaking of Sonic,
jeez.
oh,
yeah, but the weird
Phoenix
thing
slide
about
fast.
a ball and chain is to keep you in, oh, wow, he was surprisingly unharmed by that.
Hey, Baird, the bird flew.
He was barely harmed.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No, it was
well,
bad.
I mean, oh shit! Thank
I
you.
made it, though.
Thank you for joining us.
I said it.
I enjoy.
I still feel bad.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. They make the joke in the second game.
Do they really?
Yeah, free Baird is an
Uh,
achievement
yeah, for doing what?
for freeing Baird.
I don't get it.
It's a free bird reference.
Oh, that's such a weak reference.
Oh, maybe it's called Free Bird.
Okay, either way, it's a weak reference.
Anyway.
Anyway, thank you for joining us. On that note,
It's like looking into a mirror.
a big black mirror.